All right, you all. I am here. I made it. It is I, Dr. Chef. Happy Wellness Wednesday. Yes, I had issues, you all, but I was not giving up because I missed Motivational Monday. And so I'm just happy to be back to see you all. How you doing? Whoever's tuned in now, thank you for being the first to be on top of it. I just know that meant that you're whoever is tuning in now. They were just making sure. I know that means I had some prayers and some good positive vibes, waiting to see if I was going to be able to appear today. The in the afternoon became a day, you all. I had to make sure that I tend to my elders to make sure that they got home safely from their eye appointment, and for making sure that they had their natural health products that they needed from Dr. Chef Botanicals. And so that, I was going to leave so I could be here on time. However, I had to be led by the spirit to make sure that I followed that first mind and said, no, if there's a blearing after having eyes checked, to make sure that we see my sister elder home safely. And so that's one of the reasons why my day shift. If you all give me 1 second, I'll make sure that nothing is on here. 1 second. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm back. I know y'all. I know it's all right, y'all. I know y'all know. Oh, I'm laughing because I know it's a serious time, but rest assured, y'all, this is just part of me. My name doesn't mean by Felicia from off of Friday. Felicia Ann means God's grace, female and happy. And so no matter what's going on in the world, I'm thankful that my name has been embedded in the meaning. It means to find happiness even in the midst of the storm, even in the midst of chaos. And so that has helped me. That has helped me regardless of what the world does and this country that we live in does with our names, and how we go about seeing how we should be. And even if you don't have a good meaning to your name, I must say, then you can embrace whatever name or whatever it takes, even if it's just through prayer, whatever it takes to get your mind into a more positive state of mind when the day is different. Yes, I know we made it through the election, you all. So far, so good. I am very aware of that. Thank you all for the thumbs up. Keep giving the thumbs up. Don't take them away, y'all. Give it back. Give them back, whoever it was. It is. Hey, good to see you, Brother John. That's so good to see you. And I know it's a lot riding on this, you all. I know. And yes, I'm going to get into Wellness Wednesday because I came across some good information at the last minute. And I got to give some really important updates, you all, because I need us to still mind our health and wellness more so than ever now, especially for those who are really, really relying on Kamala Harris to win the presidency. It's critical now. You all know I've not just sit here and came before you and only teach about fruits and vegetables. I've always stated that it was about the morale of our people and about us treating each other's right and keeping your mind right, your mind healthy. And I've always stated as well, for this past year now, the statement is the mind is a terrible thing to waste, but more importantly, it's a terrible thing to put waste in, because you can't get anything good out of it if we're all caught up in things that we cannot change right now. And so, to those who all that are stressing, or those who all that are happy, relieved, then be that no matter what. Because I'm one that comes before you all believing and trusting solely on God. Those who all know my testimony and what I've gone through the past couple of years, so the loss of my mother and my daughter, and separation from family. And I'm telling you now, if it had not been for God on my side, I know exactly where I would be. I know they used to say, I don't know where I would be. No, I know exactly where I would be. I can promise you this much, I wouldn't be here. And I'm saying that to say we don't know what's in us, you all, until you're tested, and until you try. You know what you have in your mind and your vision of what you want to do sometimes. But it's in times like this where we put all our hope, where some have put their hopes in whether or not a certain individual based off the color of their skin or their ethnic background or based off of their gender, or better yet, no gender. You know how it's going today, you all. We place too much of that, of our mental and spiritual health and wellness into these things, you all. That's why I have to share. And I'm going to read, I'm going to do a brief reading, and this is still going to be open for you, any of you all that have any health questions. If you choose to listen, that's fine too, because I'm full. You all, I've been away for 2 weeks doing work. And then I also had issues with the internet and had to get that reset so that I could be in one place and not all over the place, as you all seen on some of my past videos. And so, yes, I'm excited, but I'm also very sincere, very, very, very much on my posts, as far as making sure that I do my part, my little part, that which may be big to some others, but very little to someone else. And it's okay, just as long as you know your purpose, just as long as I'm doing what I believe that God has called me to do. And that is still mind my health, enough to be able to help us all to remember to mind your health. And so there's the reason why I labeled it this way. I'm going to be honest, and I said it before, I'm happy because things could be worse. I don't know about you all, but I like knowing my enemies. I like knowing who the enemy is. Kind of like Muhammad Ali. I don't want I need to see the snake. I need to know who the snake is, so that I know which direction to go. I need to know whether or not it's a rattlesnake, whether or not it's a cobra. And unfortunately, you all, come on, women. Can I speak to my sisters today? Can I speak to the women today? For it's the mental health and wellness, and this does affect your spiritual health, meaning how we react to one another, to the opposite sex, and to our children, and on our jobs. Let's keep it together. We were not supposed to set our affection on things of this earth to the point to where it throws us off track. I'm feeling led to say this, y'all. No, I did not have a strip. I have to go by how the Spirit of God is leading me to speak to you all on this Wellness Wednesday. And yes, I got some good nuggets here, some good wisdom to share with you all that has really helped me to be able to really soar through this, because I had to come before you and I didn't have a script. All right, greetings. Good to see you all. And so I know so many thought that because I had gone through very trying, tough time, like so many others have, not just me, so many others have gone through a lot of ups and downs and changes in life. And, you know, when it looks like somebody is ahead and they're winning, even though they are the ones who are practicing a lot of devilish things, and they think that because they're before these platforms, or because they're in other places that nobody knows, and that Satan is just going to keep on winning. He's going to keep on. Some of them present themselves as an angel of light, but I don't know about you all, but I was praying this whole time, because as much as I love seeing our women be empowered, yeah, I'm going to say it, and I may lose a few that I got, but it's all right. It's all right, because I never got on here. I never got before this platform. And yes, as of October the 28th was my first time, 3 years anniversary of 3 years of me first being introduced doing health and wellness here. And so, yes, it was a little bit emotional, but and yes, the adversary did try to play with my mind and have me like, you know what, because this was all of, for publicity and all for trying to cover up the person that I was with at the time, that, oh, you might as well, go ahead and throw in the towel and just keep working and helping the people in your community, and keep, being there for the clients that you do have. But God said, no, I'm not finished with you yet. I'm not done with you yet. That's what I heard, that I'm not finished with you yet. It's always easier to quit when you don't have the strong will of God in you. When you started something that you started for self and not for God and not for the people. And so because I never started this for glory or for claps or for how many people would subscribe to my channel, it makes it harder for me to just up and quit, no matter how many setbacks that I get. And so I hope that inspires you all, seeing that I wasn't able to come before you all on Motivational Monday. So it's going to be a combination. Y'all know how it works. Anytime I miss out, I can't let the adversary, the changes that goes on in life, shift me from being able to do the work and to be able to speak life and good health and wellness into you all, because these things, some of these things were given to me. And just like you all, when we all come together and we all get to these channels, and yes, this is a platform where you can reach people in different states, and you don't have to worry about having to be in the same exact place. That is the blessed part. However, the trying part is when we are alone. The trying part is when you think that you are the only one. And so I'm telling you now, for those of you all that thought that this was going to be one of those things that was going to depress me, greetings to everybody. It's so beautiful to see you all. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm telling you now that no, women in particularly, yeah, we got to go on. You are the vessel. You are the woman's. I said it the way I meant to say it. Woman's. That's supposed to help take care of your household. No matter who get in office, no one in this political reign is going to help take care of you. None of them. None. That's my bottom line. I refuse. Yes, I've been around politicians. I have people that I work with that are on, I am the health advisor and ambassador on committees that are very, very, very political. And yes, I was really hoping and praying that we got to a place to where we just pick who has the most morals. Who had the most morals, even if it's one notch up. And so, and then it didn't matter. I know there's anxiety. Oh, we wonder if we're going to have a war. You all, that's set there. Those thoughts come to really stress your mental out. At least we knew, if some would like to call him that devil, at least we know the one that was in the office beforehand. Yeah, I said it. I said it. At least we know this one. You got to know that for those you all that consider them an enemy, you got to know your enemy. It's only when you don't know that the snake is coming up on you that you get bit. Or when you think that you can make a pet out of a vicious, hungry snake. That's the only time you get bit. I don't know about y'all, but I have experienced that enough in my life. And it's only been when we put our hopes into mankind, our hopes into one man that is not after God's own heart, do you get burnt, severely burnt. So it's best for us to set our affections above the trust in God and in the God in you, to make the necessary changes in your life that's healthy and that's best for you and your family. And I can promise you, you can still sleep at night, no matter whether they say it's time for a war or not. No matter how prepared you are, no matter how unprepared you are. See, I was raised, and I'm thankful for this part. It was a lot that was missing, but the part that I was raised, and my mother and my father and my elders did a great job at teaching us about the peace that surpasses all of someone else's understanding. That's the reason why you won't see me on here whenever trying times come, constantly angry and mad and frustrated because you all won't give enough, or you won't support enough, or you won't do this enough, or I don't have 1,000 people tuning in, but yet they'll tune in to somebody that's ungodly, or they'll tune in to who has the loudest voice. Because I've already been taught how to go to God and trust God for that peace that surpasses all understanding. Does that mean that I've never been frustrated? Absolutely not. I've been frustrated before. Does that mean I've never experienced stress? Absolutely. I've experienced it before. But I cannot allow it to have power and dominion over me. Neither can you. None of us can afford to do that. None of us. So it's still back to business, back to your health and wellness, back to taking care of those who's in front of you, because no matter how this go now that who's in office, and yes, we're talking about the Trump that that likes to call the Trump. Come on, y'all. We gotta still, this means you gotta take more better care of yourself so you can be more aware. And if the other individual, the other woman had gotten in, then you really would have had to be on, because now you don't know what to expect coming from her. Yeah, I said it. It's a beautiful thing when you're not part of cliques and clans, and when you're not one that's caught up with what everybody else do. Monkey see, monkey do. I've never been good at that. I'm sure you all can tell. Never been good at that. If it's not good for my mental, it's not good for my health. If it's not good for me spiritually, this is what we have to start telling ourselves. Then you must let it go. How can two walk together except they agree? And you have to agree on more than just one moral thing. You have to agree on all that applies to you, all that you know that's good for you. Now, some may say that may sound selfish. I say that's a good selfishness to have, because if I'm doing better, then I'm supposed to be able to inspire you to do better. If I'm feeling good mentally and spiritually, then that means I'm automatically supposed to be able to take and share that vibe and that energy with you so that you can. And no, not every day will you feel your greatest. This is a work in progress. This, I suppose that's the reason why he gave us 365 days in a year, except for a leap year. I suppose that's the reason why those of us who parents and mothers, while carrying us in the womb, decided not to abort us, even if they tried to abort you. You're living now past, I take it that the average that's tuning in right now is somewhere over 20. See, I believe I must say on this Wednesday, I believe that there was a higher source of God, a being that knew us before you entered into your mother's womb. I believe that. Not just because it's a scripture that's written in the Bible, but because of the visions and the dreams that I've had even before I knew what they were. But now that I've come to an age of accountability, I see better now. Do I see everything? No. I think if I did, I think God knows that I would probably try to navigate out of some things. Not out of fear, but because a little saying that I used to say to my children when they would tell me about something that I felt like was nonsense, I would say, my famous saying was, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't got time for that kind of foolishness. Because time is not ours to waste. So meaning we don't have time wasting on whether or not a certain gender you all get into office. You all know that the agenda was not set up for us at all as a people. As a melanated people, you all know that in this country, neither party was had nothing great in store for us. Can I say that and tell the truth? I know this type of truth to help set us free, you all. So I'm not upset. I'm not bothered at all. I'm just thankful. And I think that we all should be. We should be thankful that you're alive today, well in your body, able to breathe, able to see, able to hear. You've been given another opportunity to do much better, to mind your own health on this day, regardless of who's in office. All right? I had to get that out, you all. I had to get it out because I know there are people arguing right now. There's people frustrated right now. Women, get it together. Don't go bickering with your husbands because you just so happen to be one that married somebody that was a narcissistic, and now you want to relate that to Kamala Harris, whether or not she got out. Well, you didn't want her to win, no way. Well, you did it. Don't do that to yourself. Kamala Harris is not in the office. Whether she was in the office or not, she's not going to help save your marriage. Yeah, I said that. She wasn't going to help take care of your children. We have to get to a place to where we stop idolizing. And I know it's difficult. I know it can be challenging because we live in a delusional world where television have our vision all twisted up, where we can't really truly see the deceptiveness in what's going on in the faces that they use today. I know we all have been there where you had a friend or associate or a mate, and you thought that they were one way when you first met them, when you first started rooting for them, when you first met them at the game, when you first met them at church, when you first met them this, and then in about 30 days or so, maybe 60, 90 days, maybe even a year, all of a sudden the thrill is gone. Because now you've gotten a chance to see the person for who they really are. It's not all peaches and creams. Rest assured, women, the same was going to happen. As they say, the thrill was going to wear off. Eventually, when you saw that policies was not going to go in your favor. It was not going to go in our favor. It was just going to be an image that a woman is running the world, the great America. It was just going to be an image, just like you see now. But you're still controlled by what we call our slave masters. Y'all know it's true. Come on now. I had to tell the truth and go to heaven. Y'all know good and well. Know good and well that anybody that says that they're not for life and that your child should be confused about whether or not, yeah, I'm going there on this Wellness Wednesday so we can get our spirits right. That your son shouldn't be able to say that he's a boy because it offends somebody else's mind that's all confused and twisted up. That your daughter shouldn't be able to say that she's a girl because of somebody in a position decided that it offends somebody else that's confused about whether or not they're a girl or a boy. Come on now, y'all. You ain't got to be the world's greatest saint to have some common sense. Come on now, y'all. You don't have to be sanctified and set aside and have to be holier than thou and praying 10 times a day to get that. You don't have to be. You just have to have a little common sense, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. A little respect for yourself. And so I could not consciously vote anybody in office that was going to go against the normal nature of God. Forget the gender this time. I'm looking at the spirit. We're looking at the spirit. Well, what did that mean? Does that mean that you're for Trump? You know Trump prejudice. You go to work every day with folks' prejudice. Does that stop you from making your money? Does that stop you from being able to get your paycheck? We got prejudiced people that you relying on for those who's on Social Security and getting money in the mail. They are the ones who are sending out your check. So it really shouldn't matter is what I'm saying. Don't stress yourselves out, you all. Don't go get in arguments with your families. This is what's dropped in my spirit to share first before we get into the goody. Because these things can cause aneurysms. It can cause heart attacks. It can cause someone to get abused tonight, this week. It can cause a lot. Keep your individual issues separate from what the politicking, ungodly people that God told us that we must pray for, the rulers of this world. My God, if we ain't going to do nothing else, you ain't going to run up in that witchcraft because nobody want no federal offense against them. You don't want to be charged with nothing. Running up in there like Becky ran up in there and then putting yourself on the live talking about some we in the White House. Yeah, I remember when they bum rushed. Yeah, I said it exactly how I meant to say it. Yeah, I remember when they bum rushed the White House when Trump. Okay, y'all made me think about Kumo D for a minute. Dun-dun-dun. Bum rush. Okay, I'm gonna stop y'all. Yeah. Y'all, let's be well. Let's mind our own health and wellness. on this Wellness Wednesday and this day forward. We are not done with this year. We still have to practice being healthy more in 2024. We're not out of the woodworks yet. Not yet. That's the reason why you've heard so many of us warning you all to get prepared, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Not out of fear, but out of love. Not out of fear, but out of concern. Not out of fear, but because warning comes before destruction. We've seen that with the weather. Okay? Now we get into the nitty-gritty, y'all. All right, y'all. How y'all been doing? I had to get that out. I had to get it out. I miss y'all and I love you all. Had to get it out because it's on my heart. And I had much more to share, but I know time is of the essence. And I know I had to come in an hour later than the time that I had set before you all. And so, yeah, if I got on somebody's bad side, then oh well. And now you got a problem with me because I don't swing to the left or right either. I swing with God. I have to, because he's the only one that gives me strength to be able to keep going on, even when it's dark and gloomy, even when we have these type of monstrosity things going on, and when we can't say that we have somebody that's 100% moral, 100% God-fearing, leading us in this nation. That's my greatest prayer and concern from time to time. But when you're too afraid, you can't prepare properly, you all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Now I'm going to just share this little glimpse here because you all, come on now, we missed Motivational Monday. So I just got to look at it. Not a whole lot of reading, but if you stay tuned, stick with me here, you're going to see that it's good. It's good. And then we can get into questions. I just want to make sure that I use the first 30 minutes to break the ice, because I didn't want to sit back and act like nothing happened, okay? I know what that is. I know what it feels like to do work and your name not be mentioned no more because people can't take fully advantage of you, or because you don't want to go along with ungodly things. And no, I have a voice now. I'm able to speak. All praise be to God for that. Thank God for that. And so I want to be able to be led by God and making sure that I'm saying what is good for us. What is the good and perfect will for us. Okay. And so it took me right back to, y'all already know, the mathematics of the mind. And this section is really, really good, you all. I just want to read a page and a half of this, because I think that it applies to what's going on right now. Right now, trust me on this one. You're going to get it. And so I'm starting on page 28, the mathematics of the mind of Brother Nuri Muhammad. Yeah. So y'all get a taste of Motivational Monday and Wellness Wednesday right now. And I think I want to be off of this in about 15 minutes. Clock me, Sister Dorothy. Here you go. Page 28. The stimulation of the brain comes from work, you all. We got work to do. No matter who's in office, we got work to do. Work is not just the motion of doing something. Work is force x distance. Work is force x distance, which means we are doing something activity, but we have a goal to get from where we are to where we want it to be. The mental satisfaction that comes from moving an object from where it is to where you want it to be fed is the brain. Many people love being victims. Y'all, we're not a victim just because Trump is back in office. May I say that? We're not a victim. We are not a victim. And playing the role of a victim. Yes, we have been victimized in a lot of different type of psychological ways. A lot of ways this system has set us up to be victimized. But to allow yourself to have a victim mentality, that means that you have to allow yourself to only think about being a victim. One of the worst states to find ourselves in is when we enjoy comfort we receive from people when we are suffering, more than enjoying the mental satisfaction that comes from accomplishing the things we want to do. The minute we get more mental satisfaction out of people hugging us and crying with us, consoling us, and all these, and all of the time, next thing we know, our brain begins to say, we feel good. Remember, we went over that just in case some had forgot, because I know I got some new people that's tuned in. The feeling is addictive. And the only time we then feel good is when someone comes and console us. This is the reason why they have developed some saying, and I didn't know really what it was at first, because that wasn't a study that I learned in college or anywhere else, but they call it trauma bonding, where I lost my father and you lost your father, and so now we got something that we can connect on, but it's something that's traumatizing to us. It's something that you are connecting on because you still feel the pain and the hurt of losing a dad. I've done that before. I've done that in the last recent years, where I didn't realize that because it wasn't something that was really being talked about as much. You hear it here and there, but you know how we do, especially in our culture, you all, we kind of get to certain things at the last minute while everybody else is learning and educating themselves, and we're still focusing on who got the nice car and who has the biggest house, or who what big mega church you go to, or who you're voting for, or whether or not you're Democratic or whether or not you're Republican. We get caught up in that nonsense. Yeah. And so we forget about when it's time for us to have to deal with self and the emotions of us, how we wind up connecting to one another based off of our emotions. And that's not to say that we should not have compassion one for another. Of course, we should have compassion. But that shouldn't be your sole foundation of the reason why you connect with someone. Because you can be compassionate and you can have love and you can have concern and care for someone and not allow yourself to wallow in playing the victim or having yourself being in a traumatized state to where now it's me again. Well, here it is. We got this white man in the office, Trump mad. Look, they treated him like a ninja. And oh boy, we got all men. Now the restaurants, and one they gonna go back to saying whites only. Oh boy, now they gonna get all of us that was rooting for the Kamala Harris. We don't know if she was white, purple, or blue. Oh man, now they really he gonna change something. He gonna do the 2025 on us. And we just stressing yourself out, and before you know it, you in line in the grocery line, and you at the church, or you on the job, and everybody huddled together, and everybody got a big old pity party going on. Well, girl, I don't know about you, but I'm going to Africa, and girl, I don't know about you, but I'm going to Cuba. I'm getting up out of here. Like, there's no other problems nowhere else. Y'all, come on now. We got to do better. Skip over to page 29. Every day we wake up, we are faced with one or two choices: make moves or to make excuses. When we go through trials, that's why I don't believe in that. Well, they wouldn't let me speak. Well, they wouldn't let me do this. Well, they wouldn't let the complaining spirit. You're going to have problems wherever you go. Because you are the problem wherever you go. You may do some good, but I don't know a perfect soul yet. So if you didn't get your problems settled at home, you're going to have some problems somewhere else. That's just the way it is, you all. I didn't make up this. This is how life goes. I'm learning like some of you are. We all learning together. So every day we wake up, we are faced with one or two choices: make moves or make excuses. When we go through trials, sometimes we like to deceive ourselves into thinking that my trial is so unique that no one would ever understand. Y'all don't know how hard this is. What I'm going through, nor has anyone ever gone through what I am going through. Ever, never, ever. Nobody never, ever gone through what you're going through. Interesting. This particular verse has always recalibrated my mind, my thinking, and kept me from crossing over into victim role mode. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. The temptations in your life, I know, I know different or no different from what others experience. And God is faithful. He will not allow the temptations to be more than you can stand. When you are tempted, he will show you a way out so that you can endure. Now, it's our job to make sure that we find a way out, though. Ain't gonna make, yeah, it's our way. Dear brother and sisters, no matter what has happened or what has been done to us by others, we have one choice. We can either become wise or we can become wounded. When we become wise from it, we operate with more power in the present. When we become wounded, we become handicapped by what has happened, operating with less power in the presence to make what we want happen. Y'all, that is something to think about. I'm not going to stay on it no more. I'm not going to stay on it no more because I don't want to lose some of us. I know some of us are not used to having to really read as much as we used to because the television and the computer, internet got us all going. But there's some good things, some good nuggets in these books, you all, that some of us just need to be reminded of. They're simple thoughts that come sometimes like a freight train. And before you know it, you got a migraine and you don't know why. Yeah, that's how it works. It says what feeds the brain is physical exercise. Exercise, you all still work out, still work out, still go on your walks. Mental exercise. Get your crossword puzzles back out, you all. That's what I would like to encourage you all to do on this Wellness Wednesday. Get the crossword puzzle. Those of you all like crossword puzzles, you like Scrabble, you got other little things in your little leisure time if you have it. Make the time, 30 minutes, hour. Make the time. Exercise your brain because they're going to need it. We're going to need that strength in the mind. Social interaction. Yeah, we got those that say, "Oh, I'm a introvert." Yeah, I could be very introverted at times too. Even though I have this bubbly personality that I've always had, and I love people. Yes, I do. I have times and moments where I'm very introverted, where I could just sit back and go through a documentary like the long one about the food that we eat here in America is about 3-4 hours long, and that would be my me time. Or I can sit back and read a book, or I can look at a little comedy, something to take my mind off for all of the world and get me a real good hard laugh on, to kind of make your stomach hurt, and before you know it, you got a little muscle. You have to do these things. You got to come, as I say, come back down to earth, because the mind, when we're exercising and thinking about the things and the cares of this life, it most definitely can come to weigh you down. And so I'm going to go on. When we become wise from it, we operate with more power in the present. When we become wounded, we become handicapped by what has happened, operating with less power in the presence to make what we want happen. What feeds the brain is physical exercise, mental exercise, and social interaction. Social interaction, what does this mean? Social interaction refers to how we will get along with people. I never forget, for the first time, within this past couple of years, I was with someone. I'm not going to say any names because it's about you all getting the example. And that's what they would say on a regular basis. I just don't like being around people. And I'm thinking to myself, how can you be talking about helping people if you don't like being around people? And it wasn't nobody in particular. It was just something that would randomly come up. And I'm like, interesting. I knew now, I figured it out. It was because they didn't like themselves in the moment, because they wasn't doing well mentally, spiritually, or physically. They were practicing a lot of hypocrisy at the time. And so it naturally made them, and it's not for everyone, it's not the reason for everybody that decides that they don't want to be around people much. But I soon found out that no, they meant I don't like people unless they high praising me. What they really was meaning is that I don't like people unless they're celebrating me, unless they're worshiping me. And I said, oh, okay, I get it. I don't like being around people unless they paying me money. I don't like being around people unless they treat me like they like I'm their God. That's what they meant. And so naturally my mind is exercising and I'm thinking, Father, deliver me. I'm thinking, Jesus. I called on all the gods. There's a gospel song called Deliver Me. And y'all, when you remember now what you ask for, whatever you pray for, he will do it. If you're praying a good thing and you position yourself right, there's no temptation that he won't make a way of an escape. You got to just be willing to get to, you got to be willing to when the opportunity comes now. Now, and I don't mean after you've been the one that's gonna cause hell and chaos. I mean it in the sense where you know that now you are in the midst of Satan themselves, or Satan's son or daughter. It is time for us to assess ourselves, you all, and do what is best. So, social interaction refers to how we get along with people according to the scriptures, you all. Um, when God completed creating the universe, sun, moon, stars, planet, creatures, etc., he called all of these things a glory of God, a glory of God. He didn't say it was a glory of either one of these people that was running for presidency, you all. And they say it was a glory of yours, didn't say it was a glory of mine. It says a glory of God. When he created men, he called us the glory of God. It's misprint here. It is the definite article that means the supreme, the top, the greatest, the best, the most. So the supreme creation that should be handled with the most care and sought after to be in communion with should not found in the things of this world, should not be found, is what it was trying to say, but left out B. But it should not be found in things of this world. But the beings of this world and our brothers and sisters. Now, I'm not going to lie, you all, during this time, the way I took and exercised my mind, yeah, the way I took, you called it Sister Chanel, the way I took and exercised, and I'm just going to be real with you all. You all know I'm a dramatist. One of the abilities that God has given me, or I've been allowed to have, is to be a drummer. And yes, I play every kind of concussion, there's full sets and all. And I have been since I was a girl, a young girl. I was blessed to be trained by Bishop Albert Lee Petway and prophetess Audrey Faye Petway, my godparents. Which was producer and he played like 20 something instruments. And so the drums called my name since a little girl, but started playing more professionally with them and in church at the age of 15. And I've been playing ever since. And so after I've gone through, one of the ways that I did, after I've gone through the past few years of the loss of loved ones, especially my daughter, the opportunity came through one of my board members. So one of the fundraisers that we do is a karaoke night to lift up funds for the youth and give to children and the elderly for good causes, you all. And it was found out that I could play. And so some of the board members wanted me to play. And so I had been doing that for on and off for the last couple of months for the fundraiser that we had. But of course, not all of the music was gospel. It's all genre of music. And yes, I felt relieved. I felt like yes, this is it's taking me out of the element of being in this little box and just waiting for someone to call and say whether or not they are sick from something or they need help with something. And so but finally, I knew, because I wasn't accustomed to playing all genre of music. I was solely played for years gospel or positive music, all the way positive. Not to say that any of that, I'm talking about old school. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about old school. We played jazz, everything. And so it was a beautiful experience. But then finally I could hear the voice of God saying, okay, all right, you got it out. Okay, all right, okay. But Denzel watch it. Okay, all right, okay. You got it out of your system. Now it's time for you to get back to studying. Now it's time for you, because I can't have your good be spoken. I can't have anyone thinking that you're a loose woman. I can't have anyone thinking that when you get finished playing that you're going to lay up with someone at night. Not because of my the people around me knew, but you don't want your good spoken evil of. I can hear God, the Spirit of God saying, you don't want your good. Okay, I know that you needed this, and you needed to be able to express yourself where you didn't have to speak, you didn't have to talk, you didn't have to be Dr. Chef, you didn't have to be a wellness anything, a minister, nothing. You just needed to be that young girl again, playing the drums with no care in the world. And so that was one of my therapeutic things that I had done, you all, for a good cause. But now he's saying, okay, now because some of the music is worldly, it's time for you to come back to what I'm doing. That's not to say that I won't ever play use the exercising and the vibration and the high natured good feeling of playing my congos or playing my sets. It don't mean that I'll never play again. It just means that because of the time, you all, the season that we live in, some things have to shift. I can't do it on a regular basis anymore. Because I can't do it, and it was only just once out the month, but still, he said, I need for your mind to be at this level spiritually where I need you, where nothing else is interfering. You shouldn't be thinking about Gloria Stefan. You shouldn't be thinking about the rhythm is going to get you. You shouldn't be thinking about Michael Jackson, A, B, C, easy, then 1, 2, 3. You shouldn't be thinking about none of these other things right now. I need to occupy your mind from these things, from the things in this world. And so I'm thankful, and we all must be, when you get those breaks in life, when life has happened and so much has changed, and especially when you've been betrayed and lied upon and cheated upon, you really have to really ask God to give you that grace to be able to make sure that you're exercising the mind of God and remembering that we are in this world, but we are not of it. That's for those who all that believe in that. Okay. And so I just wanted to make sure that I share that. I'm done, you all. I know, 15, 20 minutes tops. Ask your questions, you all. Thank you all so much for allowing me to have this. Don't forget, you all, call in to get your For Life. We got shift now. For Life immune booster, one of the best. I know I had clients that was calling in. You all call in. There is a business opportunity for this for those you all that just want to. It's easy, it's simple. You can direct them to me, and we can get them products that they got. Seeing that I've been out of stock of a lot of my things, which is a good thing. For the first year of producing my own product line, Dr. Chef Botanical, is a beautiful thing to know that everyone really wanted to try and did and enjoyed the products. And yes, they will be coming back, but I am going to be downsizing some just due to the signs of the times and what's going on, and I'm making it, simplifying it even the more so. However, I still have colon cleanse for 30-day supply of colon cleanse for you all for $40. We still have the supernatural purple sea moss that gives you the 102 minerals that your body needs. Look at me, I'm doing all this talking. The colon cleanse, you all don't have anything in right now, but you all know that it comes in a bag the size, but you get 2 of the colon cleanse. But this is the sea moss. And you all know what it is. It's the mucus destroyer. I know Thanksgiving is coming. Yes, I wanted to have my Thanksgiving book ready by this year because time has gone by now. However, I'm not gonna lie, you all. I did. I was trying to narrow down all of the good, tasty food that I like. Yep, that's that. That now that's what it boiled down to, was which dishes that I really wanted to have in there because I like to eat, y'all. I do. I do. I do. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I know we're doing, and we have to do less as the time go by. For those who either don't have your own garden, I encourage you all to at least get about 4 or 5 pots and get to growing you some tomatoes, some lettuce. For those of y'all that's not allergic to anything, grow you some beans if you're eating beans, some squash. So grow you some peppers. Grow things, some little simple things that grow all year round. Put them up in your window and get started. Get started, even if you don't have a backyard. This is what I want to say, because there's a blessing in when you learn how to do for self. Then this way, if you notice the people that have their own gardens and working together, that's garden, they're not really complaining as much. Have you noticed they're not complaining as much as the ones who don't? The ones who don't are real mad. A lot of them are really mad because they know it takes a little work. But think about it, you all. That's that type of work. What did I just read just a minute ago? When you work, that's exercise. It's moving. Either you're going to work to get what you want, or either you're going to complain and get nothing, or you're left in the hands of your enemies. That's God is set up for you to eat non-nutrition food, artificial food. It's a choice. It said it there when I first read it. It's a choice. You have a choice to make. And I know a lot of us have been brainwashed to believe that all we got to do is let the government make the choice for us. Not the right choice. Not the right. Because you allow someone that is about making money off of you and that knows that you're worth more dead than you are alive, then that's on us. That's on you. That's on you. So it's time for us to take accountability, you all. If you're worried about a war breaking out, then that means it's time to stock up some food. I got a really great idea that I don't mind sharing with others, because I want you all to be able to do the same, because I can't supply for everybody that ever spreads the word. Get you some beans, navy beans, black beans. You can get a coffee grinder. You can go even to a Goodwill or to a thrift store, as long as there's no sign or no critters. And for those of you all that can't afford it, I'm not talking about you all in general, but like and share, because it could be someone else. I meant to say that early on, but like and share and subscribe. It could be someone else later on that would wind up needing this advice, where you can go and get your grinder and start grinding up your beans. It turns into flour for you. You can make flapjacks with that. You can take it and thicken up your soup with it. You can use it as a protein shake. You can take and use that and thickening your fruits and vegetables and make smoothies. There's so much that you can do with grinding up your, because a lot of times what you all don't realize is that that's what they're mixing inside of some of the flours now. Why do you think they got almond flour out now? Why do you think they have all of these other flours? Which leads me to a very important update for those of you all that's tuned in to stay on. Please like and share. It was just shared with me by one of my brothers, and I told you all when things change, because I'm not the creator of these things, I don't mind sharing with you all the update, because it was just not long ago that someone asked, was it okay to sprinkle a little bit of baking soda in the water? And I said yes. And yeah, you can. But there's a certain brand, you all. The update has come. I'm sure it's been out for a minute. Then I'm just not getting to it. But so I have to do share. Here we go. Y'all something else with, man, our people something else with these memes. Boy, y'all. Boy, I tell you. My people. Y'all. Woo. Okay, baking soda. Here it goes. This update, you all. I have this update. Can you all see it? You see the baking soda? We got the Arm & Hammer there so that you all know. And this comes from an engineer that I personally know, have known most of my life for over almost 30 years now. It says, and they do have their own garden and grow their own food and highly connected with those other naturopaths and those. And so I'm taking the source as highly credible. Okay. It says I know the difference, baking soda, and it says minded. Bob's Red Meal. Some of y'all probably can't see it. Bob Red Meal is the brand that you all should be going with. Drum roll, and I know it's going to mess some of y'all up, especially those who's older than bakes. Arm & Hammer, no go. Maybe you can clean with it. Put some gloves on, you all. But they have sold us out, okay? And I don't know the exact date that it happened. So those who are that like to brush your teeth with the Arm & Hammer, let's stop it. Remember, warning comes before destruction. And that got me because I've used Arm & Hammer for a long time, so I know what I'm talking about, but not on a regular basis. Arm & Hammer, you say, okay, give us a little bit more information than that. Dr. Chef, baking soda is a leavening agent used in baking goods like cakes, muffins, etc. Baking soda, of course, if you're on all fruits and vegetation, you don't have to worry about this, but a lot of people rinse their foods to clean off bacteria and pesticides, though. So that's why they're still important. Baking soda is an alkaline compound that is good for raising your pH level. Ladies, we know what that means. In the body, it helps treat burns and acid in the tummy, meaning gas in the tummy. But it is only good for you if you take it if you take the right type. And so the Arm & Hammer is down now as a synthetic form of Arm & Hammer. I would have to do more research in order to find out when this actually took place, because I myself did not know either. I'm humble enough to admit that I did not know. But I've always stated, even before I got on this platform, to my other clients and other workers as of, that anytime there's a change to take place, I would be one of the first to update our people and let them know. Regardless, because I'm not the maker of these things. But once you have those of us who are more diligent in doing the research and finding out these things, because they're not hiding it, you all. These are corporations and businesses. So they have to expose certain things. And some people that work within these industry, y'all, they're getting sick and tired too, because they're getting sick and tired. See how that works? That's why you have more medical doctors now that's coming forth. The younger ones are coming forth now and admitting what's not good for us. Not a lot, but some. Made in the lab, you all, is the Arm & Hammer. Toxic to consume is what it has on the label. The aura is heated until it turns into soda ash. And then it is combined with carbon dioxide to create the chemical baking soda. That don't sound good. Health risks to animals and humans is what it has. Example, Arm & Hammer creates and sells toxic baking soda. Okay, the minded one would be, what you all see is the red meal. Y'all know Mr. Bob Red Meal. If you all find any other sources melanated from my people, I'm more than willing to share it. But this is what we have, right? It has Nicolite, safe for consumption, minded in its pure natural state directly from the ground, found in evaporated lake beds, naturally alkaline, good for your pH levels. Example, Bob Red Meals. Baking soda is 100% natural, so they say. Now, I have used some of their ingredients, and yes, and I know this is critical for those of you all that plan on making any type of Thanksgiving food. This is a time that if you don't bake any other time, most of the time, this is the time that people will start to bake. And this is the most ideal time that people will, between the Thanksgiving and between Xmas and between New Year's, this is when somebody's going to come out talking about, come on, do you want to try my blueberry muffins? Do you want to try my sweet potato pie, my pumpkin pie? Would you like to try my carrot cake and my chocolate, my quadruple colored chocolate cake? This is the season. 'Tis the season. So this is the reason why I found this to be important to share with you all on Wellness Wednesday. My apologies. I had an auntie that I shared this with, and she said, these ninjas is getting on my nerves. She said, it just makes me sick. And I said, I know, auntie. But I'm just saying, at least we have an option. So far, so good. We got options, you all. It's a choice. And yes, it does cost a couple of dollars more. But we spend more money on that and other things, you all. We do. Come on now. It's not like you use it every day, except for those who all that's pinching in the little water to alkaline your water. All right. Yeah, I got one more to share. Zucca, the Zucca Mexican sugar. It has now, I've noticed it's white now. It's no longer like brown with nutrients in it. It's white now. You also, I believe they have sold out too. And there's one more other that I saw that gives you all the company names of everyone that sold us out. Yeah, this is where we are today, you all, where we all have to do the homework. And yes, I did get censored, you all, the week beforehand, so that's why I couldn't come before you all. I had a red flag. They didn't want me to share information, certain information on here. And so I'm being mindful, but I'm scared. See, that's the beautiful thing about not getting addicted to anything. You can't use it as leverage. I'll just go to Zoom. I'll do some other stuff. And I will be getting on another platform. God say the same. Give me a second to zoom down, you all, because that information is in here. I think I'm going to try to figure out how to put these in on YouTube too, to share it over. I post a lot on my Facebook page for those of you all that have one. It's still in as Felicia N. Jordan, FELICIA Jordan, and underneath it will be Dr.Chef or Felicia N. Hill. I hope I can get to it, you all, because this was shared. I have shared quite a bit of information. Any questions, you all? Reset for better and greater. All right, now I see you, Sister Dorothy. Thank you all so much. I got to see. I have to. I see. I got a bunch, y'all. I got to put in this top. What they call that? Top fan. I have to use. I need to utilize that. Put you all in this top. Ah, come on. Where are my pages? Come on now. Come on. That's what happened when you post a lot. Sister Dorothy, no, I be posting up some stuff. And I know a lot of y'all don't be getting it, but y'all need to get it and share it and save it. It's good information. I'm not putting anything out there because these are the only ones that will allow us to do it without censoring as much right now on Facebook. And they're getting ready to change that in a minute. I've already gotten the info on that as well. They're getting ready to have it where they are going to only be allowing their own content to be placed on Facebook. I guess they've made enough money off of us, y'all, now. Here on YouTube, yeah, that's why I was just sharing that too, and where we will not be able to share any content that is not 100% approved by them, and that's not promoting what they want to. And they're kind of already doing that now. But the truth is that we do have a freedom of speech right now that we don't. You really have to get pretty rugged. You all, I'm so sorry. I'm sitting up here. I guess I might have passed it up. I got one other person that I could check in to see if they have it, but they post a lot too. But I'm sure I'll find it a little bit more faster on theirs than I did on mine. So I didn't realize I had that much. 1 second. Ask whatever questions you all want. Y'all, this is our time, y'all. I'm staying with y'all. I'm not rushing off today because I know I had a lot to do. And so because of that setting, I did get a bit of a setback, but for a good cause. Okay, I found it, y'all. I found it. I found the natural product companies that have sold out, you all. There you go. See that? Yeah, see that? Natural companies, if you can screenshot it, if you can see it, then zoom in later, that have sold out. Okay, natural. Notice they said natural product companies that have sold out. Natural companies. I'm finna name off some of them, and some of you all going to be surprised because you've seen some of these places, some of these products companies in Walgreens and all these other places that some of you all shop. Okay, here goes. I'm just providing the information. Don't kill the messenger. Here you go. Drum roll. Okay, yeah, okay. Here I go. Okay. Burt's Beads. Y'all know, y'all see Burt's Beads, the little lip gloss, and I was really liking that it said beads. I was a little skeptical about that Burt's though, that name Burt. I was thinking about Burt Reynolds, but I was like, really, like Burt, really Burt. Chlor was bought out by Clorox, you all. New Chapter. Never heard of the New Chapter, but I'm sticking with the Old Testament for now in certain areas. But okay, New Chapter. Whoever knows, it's bought out by Procter and Gamble. Y'all know about Procter and Gamble and how many lawsuits is up for them, and they've have had to pay out after all these years, causing cancer and everything. They just put whatever in their ingredients. Procter and Gamble, y'all know, same ones to get your Johnson and Johnson and all the talcum powder that's causing cancer and all these lawsuits that people have won. They had to create a massive lawsuit for these companies. Seventh generation, you all see those in the grocery stores now, and in Target, you see, and the seventh generation, they have the liquid, and they have known for their hygiene products. Seventh generation, we don't know what they seventh generation is doing, but we know now that they have sold out to Unilever, Unilever. So you want to share, you all want to share this this one for sure and save it, okay? Tom's of Maine, they came out with the so-called all natural toothpaste they was mostly known for, and the deodorant, you all, they've sold out to Colgate. Okay, Garden of Life. I know you all have seen those. So for some of you all have seen those for your vitamins. You might even have some in your cabinet now. Been sold out to Nestle, y'all. Ecover has sold out to SC Johnson. Y'all know. Can't make this stuff up. Native just came out. I was looking at that. I actually bought some of that deodorant for my daughters and them to try. They have sold out, you all. They have sold out. Native has sold out. It's called Native. We thought we was gonna get we thought we was gonna get our Indian on and be rubbing all natural stuff all on your arms and pits. But when you eat healthy, you eat mostly fruits and vegetables, you don't have to worry about that. You get your little chlorophyll if you need a little bit of assistance, and you don't have to worry about that excess amount of odor. You all, I know what I'm talking about, and I'm sorry for the sister girls, especially those you all that's past 40. This time I can't stand. That's in the time I they don't smell. Yeah. It is true. You don't have to carry your odor. I am a living witness. Not even during your cycle time. It just means that your blood is toxic. Or either you're eating a lot of asparagus and food that carries a lot of bad odor. If you got to go, that means it's time to cleanse the body. Eat more fruits and vegetations, you all. Light-based fruits. It's fruity. Eat more berries. Eat more berries, eat more melons. That's what that means. Okay, I'm gonna get back to the torch call. So Native has sold us out. Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah. This is L has sold out to Propaganda too. Smith's Naturals have sold out to Unilever, to Unilever is what it's called. Unilever. Y'all seen Unilever? Nutrinex has sold out to Clorox. Renew Life has sold out to Clorox. The Laundress, it has sold out to Unilever. Y'all can look these people up because when you pull them up, they're going to tell you what they're about. And if you call the 1-800 numbers, yeah, go ahead and entertain yourself. Call the 1-800 numbers and ask them, do you put pork in your products? Do you put any artificial chemicals at all in your? They will tell you. Nutrinex sold out to Clorox. Renew Life has sold out to Clorox. The Laundress has sold out to Unilever. Ooh, Casacadena Farm. Those are the ones you go to Whole Foods. You all, a lot of them, they Whole Foods, Kroger, Snooks, and all of them. Um, they have the so-called healthy cereal. They have sold out to General Mills, y'all. Hey, Kashi, Kasha. Can I say it like that? Kashi. Oh, yeah, okay, y'all. I'm feeling good now. Kashi. Kashi is sold out to Kellogg's, y'all. They sold us out, y'all. Kashi. I started off on Kashi because they had the healthy bars, you all, with the flaxseed and the pumpkin seed, and it did. It just helped me. This was years ago with my cramps when I was cramping and anemic and blood clots and all that stuff. Back when in my teens and my early 20s and stuff, and I was dealing with that. Kashi bars was really good at first, and I was wondering if they were going to change. And they did, you all. Yeah, unbelievable. I know. I know. But it's right here, you all. Have no reason to lie about this because you get sued if you're lying about this. Okay. Light life food in Kongora Foods. Oh, I was just looking into them, and now here they are. They on there. Odawalela. Odawalela. They sold out to Coca-Cola, you all, and you all need to do your homework on Coca-Cola, you all. It's a whole documentary on the food in America, the food that made America. Look up that documentary, y'all, on Netflix. Even if you got to pay your $20, it's more than worth. It's going to give you the whole history, the family, and everything. Oh, my God. When you all see it, you go, oh, my God. Yes, I had to be extra about it. Oh, engineers, chemists, competing business, money. These people were not in no shape, form, or fashion into nutrition, except for one. Kellogg was, but they burned down his place. He had his own synagogue and stuff where he would have people. He was a naturopathic doctor, and he would have them to come in to get healed from all over the world. And his establishment was burned down, allegedly burnt down, and his brother took over, which knew nothing about nutrition and health. And so that's the Kellogg family. That's the Kellogg brothers for you, you all. Almost done, you all. Van Natural Foods, Van, VAN. Ants. I wouldn't want nothing that had to say Vans anyway, but I remember Vans. Vans were very popular. Sold out to Hillshire Brands. Naked Juice. Oh, y'all remember the Naked Juice, y'all, when it first came out. They had one called Gold. I loved it, but now it's loaded with sugar. I bet knew they sold out. They sold out to guess who, y'all? Pepsi. The one that burned Michael Jackson's hair off. The accident that happened when he was and it burned his hair out. Pepsi did it, y'all. Pepsi did it. Okay, y'all. I gotta make this because I don't want this to get boring. So y'all, come on now. Energy brand. Look at that. Done Coca-Cola done did it. The Coca-Cola done did it, y'all. Sound like my Auntie Bernice now. Blake's All Natural Foods sold out, y'all, to Congoria. That sounds like gonorrhea anyway. But anyway, Congoria. I might be mispronouncing it, y'all, but yeah, charge to my head, not to my heart. Food should taste good. Look at that. They should know right there when they said food should taste good. General Mills, y'all, they sold out to General Mills. Honest Tea, y'all, look at that. Honest Tea line now. They might as well call it Lion Tea now. They might as well call it Untruthful Tea. Untruthful Tea done sold out for Coca-Cola, y'all. So now it's not honest no more. But then again, maybe because if they got a label, y'all, they being honest. They being honest. But I'm finna call it Lion Tea now, Untruthful Tea. Been sold out by Coca-Cola, you all. And this all natural food. Come on now, you can't put the "and" in there and mess with that. Come on now, tomorrow. Okay, and it's all natural foods and sold out to General Mills, y'all. This General getting on my nerves. You know, it's getting on my preserved nerves. And Method. Look at the Method to Madness. Method, the brand Method, y'all, have sold out to SC Johnson. I took out the time to share that with you all so you all can see that the adversary is not hiding. It's something about when people get attention and wealth and where they don't care about the fact that these things can be put out here. The adversary has to be exposed anyway. That is prophetic, that the enemy would be exposed. And the one scripture that comes to my mind is that he said that he would not have us to be ignorant of Satan's devices. So what this means for those of you all that's tuning in, like, share, is that all of these main companies, these are the companies, which is 10 families that's running all of here in America, and they are shipping abroad, but there are still 20, 30 some countries that have banned American food from even being shipped to them. They're going to show you how they don't even want the money, can't even give it to them. But I hear in some parts of Africa, Kenya, and other parts, they are still shipping food, pesticides and roundups and everything to them for free, y'all. They're killing them for free and having them to put it in their crops, y'all. Yeah, especially the big crops. So nobody is out of the woods for these demonic forces, you all. Money for surely have become the root to all evil in these cases. With all these names, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 30. That's about 25 different companies that we know that was considered, y'all. This was the natural companies. And this is the reason why, and thank God I don't see my company in that I use for my products. But my point is that once again, you cannot trust anything. I just had a sister that called me a couple of days from Maryland. Shout out to my Maryland people, brothers and sisters out there in Maryland and Virginia, in DC. But I could not verify to her product that she had that was supposed to be natural herbs, liquid herbs that have been on the shelf for a couple of years, because she had she got caught up in sales and things of that nature, and she figured that the source was good. But unfortunately, during that time, I heard different information. That's the reason why you all don't see me supporting certain things. It's nothing malicious by it. I'm not trying to shun, but I had gotten other information from naturopathic resources that was showing that some devilish things were being practiced. What appears to be very demonic things that were being practiced with liquid herbs. And so even though I had the opportunity to sell some of them, I could not. I believe that was God's way of dealing with that naturopath that was very, very respected here in our community to show me. And I didn't have to be, it wasn't a regular post, it was a video where I was being shown what was happening to the products. So I had to share the name and let her know. And I would do the same for my own. If anyone that I'm working with sell out, yes, I will. Because I wasn't in this for the money. I know that it takes money to be able to purchase things, but I never started this for the money. I didn't even know when I started that I could even make any real money unless I made certain things by hand, soaps, detergents, things like that. I just wanted to see our people heal. And of course, you can do more when you have more money. Yes, you can, if you're going to do right by the people instead of lying like you suffering when you're not. I know I had more than the past few years ago, but yeah, I had plenty that I could give more, and there was no need for begging. The thing is that money had to be handled properly. Yeah, I said it. It had to be handled properly so that we wouldn't, as they say, rape the people. And so now we live in a time now where, because we see that it's so-called natural products, we want to use that as leverage. And I've shared this with you all before, to be careful. That Satan likes to take over anything that God has naturally created. You have to remember that. And there are those that are in this field, yes it is, that will take advantage of you in that area. So, well, at least I'm not giving you no poison. But you're not giving me what's going to truly heal my body either. So it's deceptive. So anything that's not all true, that means it's a part lie. Yeah. You going to tell me to just eat fruit and you're not going to warn me about the pesticides or something? It's plenty that's getting sick. That's what they're getting allergic to. And they're thinking that they're allergic to a whole apple when it's the pesticides on the outskirts of the apple. In 99% of the way. Yeah. Well, I can't get no real banana because it's not a banana. Well, the banana got me bloating too much. Yes, because it's not a real banana. If it don't have seeds in it, then it's not a real banana, which, by the way, I just got a resource that's going to see about getting me some seeded bananas. I know they have them in Africa and other parts of the world, but we need some here. So your best bet is your plantains. So those you all to see the black seeds, that's a real banana. Which you all see that's costing $1.49 or 99 cents for a pound or artificial bananas, and most of them are high-end radiation. That's the reason why you've heard me say go with the organic ones that you see little speckled seeds in, not with the ones that you bending in and it feel like rubber, feel like you trying to get some hand exercise on. Kimberly, it's feel like it's glue. You chewing on like a cow. Man, I remember when it used to dissipate in my mouth right away because it's not a real banana. It's artificial. It's genetically modified. It's not. You get a watermelon and here it is, and it's like rubber. You can't get a crisp little bite out of it, and it disintegrates right away within the body. It just melts into a nice juice. It's not a real watermelon. So it's best to grow your own if you can. Or if you don't, you talking about making friends with somebody that can give you a trip around the world or trips and doing all this other thing. This is what we all need to be bartering. I've been saying this the whole time, you all, that we need to barter. You're very, very welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Please give me an update, Sister Chanel. I look forward to hearing from you on how you're doing. Thank you for sharing how helpful the sea moss has been for you and your colon cleanse. You all, Sister Chanel is doing great, so you all congratulate her on starting on her health and wellness journey. Hey there, Sister Jacqueline. It's good to see you. Shalom to everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Praise God. And how y'all doing? How's everyone doing? Like I stated, go back, you all, like and subscribe. Please do so and share, because I know that those are some nuggets that some people really want to know. And they just don't know because this is not something that they're going to put on CNN, you all. If you're waiting on for this type of information to be blasted across the internet, or you're waiting on for them to make a presidential announcement, it's not going to happen. No. What happens is that even when it does, the enemy have already had a chance to transfer over to morph into something else and call it good when it's bad. Unfortunately, this is the type of enemy that we have, and they don't rest. They do not rest. They don't take a break. So we cannot afford to ever close or to turn our eyes a blind eye. Does that mean that we get afraid? And I know I got my spiritual people. I was raised to, you pray over your food, it'll be all right. Yes, to a certain extent. Make sure that while you're praying on your food, that you're not one that like the glut, because then you're still going against the word of God that says that it's a sin to glut, meaning to stuff yourself. It's a sin to keep just gobbling down just because you can. I heard, and I know there was times that some of you all were some of you all were told that it's okay, you can eat as much as you want to eat. No. You be running to that restroom. You don't need to eat a whole bowl of grapes all day long. No, that's somebody that's inexperienced is speaking. No. To a handful of grapes and be content. Make sure you chew those up properly, because then you can get constipated with that. Your body's not going to break down there. You got to chew your food. Why do you think they're making so many billions off of these juices now? Because you're juicing the food when it was meant to be chewed. Some food was meant to be chewed. And if you're not, and because you're trying to lose weight because you want stuff to go straight through your system, then that means then that you are supposed to be making sure that you don't overly juice it, or if you do, still chew like you're chewing. I know some of you are like, Dr. Chef, that looks crazy. No, but I'd rather look crazy than be looking sick. Didn't be sick. Yeah, Sister Dorothy, Dr. Bobby Price having organic fruit for him. Desi, I thought I saw something like that. Desi, Sister Dorothy, I've ordered from him. They're good. The bananas are here every time I eat them and get bad inflammation in my elbow. Wait a minute. So you're saying the bananas are good? Are they seeded? Do they have seeds in the bananas? I wonder if ours, if they getting them imported, or if where is his gardens. Do share. That's good information to share. Everybody that got gardens can come on, spread the word, and tell them to post up. So wherever state you're in, if you're in the United States and you have an all natural garden where you're not growing GMO foods, but you're growing all natural, please post it up here or send it, and I'll send it to those who want to acquire. If you don't want all your information out, I don't have a huge channel, so that right there is a help. So you don't have to worry about anyone coming along, but share your garden. If you have people that's gardening, or if you want to barter and sell food in your state, share it on that channel for Motivation Monday and Wellness Wednesday. Whenever I'm here, share it. Do share. This is what it's about, you all. We all got to unite and come together to help heal one another. Yes, he is all organics. And see, that's what I thought. Okay, great. And he's there in North Carolina? South, he's there in North Carolina, Sister Dorothy, or no? Trying to see. Let me see if we'll pull him up, so I don't have to overwork you. Going to get my physical next week. Okay, good, Sister Chanel. How you been feeling, Sister Chanel? Do share. Y'all talk to me. I'm giving y'all this time because I know I've been missing the action for a good cause, but I've been missing the action, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't getting overly censored too. They went way back in some stuff that I posted a while back. I'm sure. Let me pull it up right fast. Let's see what he got. Dr. Bobby Price garden, organic garden. Find out.
Dr. Bobby Price Garden, Organic Garden.
Oh yeah, I see him. Garden consultant. Oh wow, he not playing. He done took off his shirt. Okay. He feeling real natural. Well, his ratings went up too, didn't it? He feeling like he coming from the Garden of Eden. And then I guess Adam, don't eat that but forbidden fruit. Oh, let me stop.
We'll never hurt your credit score with Capital One pre-approval.
Now we'll go to her. Here, give me 1 second, you all. I'm finna get down to this thing.
Okay. And I think what's really important for people to know.
Yeah, I see him in the back. Look like he got mangoes. Where is he? But this is a year ago, so he's been here this garden. Oh, in Miami, Florida. Oh, okay, yeah, in Miami they do grow good food. When I was there visiting, yeah, I saw we was able to get limes and stuff on the tree. I got off that car quick. Guys, like they was hanging over the sidewalk. I'm like, I had a big old bag. I went country girl so fast.
So as you can see here in the background, we got some coconuts.
He got coconuts?
And our coconuts are doing what coconuts do, hang out in the tree.
Oh, yeah, he done, I don't want nobody to be thinking that I'm trying to have the wives lust nothing, but Dr. Bobby Price life on a tropic fruit farm. Oh, okay, he's on a tropic fruit farm there. So that must not be the one. I think that's in Jamaica.
Okay. And what I mean by the
bottom line is, you all look up Dr. Bobby Price. He has one that you all can get here in America. See, that's what we want to have to do, you all. Share the information. You want good, healthy food. Barter. I cannot stress it enough. This is the time you got to set aside pride and ask your neighbors that you know that are growing food. When the seasons of certain foods come up, find out what they are, see how much they charge, and work out something. Even if you get food stamps, I'm gonna take it there, you all. You get food stamps, then you can take a barter there. Say, hey, can I buy you some seeds with this, or this or that or other that they may need? It's ways that we can do it, you all. I'm on a fixed income. It's ways to barter. It is ways to do it. It's no excuse. I know my people. I know my melanated people. We can find a way to collaborate with each other. We know how well you fix on cars, and they tired of Dobbs and Firestone and all these other people getting over in there. Barter. Look, I'll fix your brakes. I'll do your tires and all that, but you give me food every week from your garden. See how that works? Get a dollar amount together. Y'all barter. Be serious. Look, be sincere about it. Look, I'm just as look. Hey, I need my car to get back and forth to work. I need my car to get back and forth to my important meetings. Too much. I need my car to get back and forth to pick up my grandchildren or my daughter and them for college. Hey, but look, I don't have this, but I got. But I do got bananas. I got grapes. I got watermelon. Can I? And it won't be the first no that you've heard. But at least they know, and you'll be surprised. They may say no, no right then and there, because they haven't prepared themselves to learn how to be one to make money off of what the fruits of land that they have. But in most cases, they cannot utilize. I'm talking about those who actually have greenhouse and gardens. They don't have huge families. You all, in most cases, the people, when the season comes, they have to get rid of the fruits and vegetation. You can even come when it's time for them to ripen. They don't want it to go to waste. That's what they work for all year round to get the harvest going, you all. Barter. Make your farmer, your neighbors, and the farmer. I don't care if you got to go to another town. Make them your grocery store. Make the farm your farmer store. You heard it from me. You've heard it from other people. There you go. There you go. He lets people come out for a trip. Okay, that's good. I didn't know that, Sister Chanel. I did not know that. See, I don't know everything. I'm learning too. So I have to set up, y'all. Get a little video going. Y'all know nothing. See, I can go there. I can go there for a little bit when the storm passes. You know, I got some family out there. Yeah. Yeah, and there are some that's here in St. Louis that I'm looking to pair up together with you all. It's just a matter of making sure that we have our times to collide. So I do have that on the agenda for Wellness Wednesday and Fitness Fridays to be able to go out into gardens and show you all. You don't have to be mine. It could be anyone. And anybody know anyone here in St. Louis that don't mind sharing their garden and showing us how they grow some of their food, then please do share their information with me or my information with them, and then we can see what we can get going. And I may do the whole Dr. Chef thing, and y'all find out why they call me Dr. Chef, and I'll cook up some stuff. All right. Oh, let me get my back in the day Bill Cosby going on. I'm like, okay, all right, y'all. I'm good. I'm just thankful to be back, y'all. I hope that my happiness has become contagious to you all, because I was frustrated having to start late. I was frustrated, and tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth. Because I was like, hey, wait a minute, I've been off for 2 weeks now, and now I'm still having to have a setback. But it was just for a spring forward, so that I can know that you all haven't forgot about me, and I surely have not forgotten about you all. And just know that I love you all. I want you all to most definitely stay encouraged. Remember, y'all, no fussing about this woman getting into this office. I can't get off of it. Y'all, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not going to get beat up for somebody that ain't paying my bills. I'm not taking martial arts classes to be trying to fight nobody over no woman that's Indian 1 minute, black 1 minute, and purple the next. I said it. Yeah, I said it. Yes, I said it. I'm not finna be going back and forth with nobody about somebody that can't respect that I know that I'm a woman. And nobody that's hollering that they was privileged to be in the same sex marriage. I know how to treat people like a human being, and that's good enough. But you're not finna hear me up in no corner getting caught up in this mess. Y'all, because that's what it is. It's a mess. It's a mess to come to test you, to test your morals, to test you in times. I know you are. I say it again. You do not have to be holier than thou to get that. You don't. I had to go back to it, y'all, because I was just thinking about it. So don't forget, you all. Remember, we have to be healthy more in 2024. Yes, I love you all, too. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, for those of you all that want to give, I will be calling you after my physical to let you know my update. Yes. That's what I like to hear. Thank you so much, Sister Chanel. Remember, you call in to 618-388 8100. I do see the via Texas first. For those of you all, once again, you want to order $40 for your sea moss. You can't get enough of that for 102. Mine, you can sprinkle to your food. I've already got started on some navy bean soup. Yes, yes, yes. No, I did not just do no fruits. That's great and all that. Yeah, I did. I had peaches, but I got started on some navy bean soups because it's starting to get chilly here. And I sprinkle my sea moss and my moringa, the powerful moringa that I have. I sprinkle a tablespoon or two of that inside of my navy bean soup, and it tastes delicious. Yes, you all. And I put it, it's in a crock pot, and I don't play. And so I have that and some peaches. And then when if I want me my own homemade peach cobbler, I get the millet organic flour mixed with the cassava flour. And I will mix up a nice little dish of roux there with some peaches in that, and I slide it in. I use my flaxseed, all that good stuff. And I don't play. I'm not trying to keep up with nobody. I don't have to keep up with the Joneses. My grandfather is a Jones. And what are we bragging about that for anyway? It's all right, y'all. All right, unless y'all got any other questions now, look. Unless y'all got any questions, we making the mark. I'm trying to give y'all time. We're making the mark. At close to 8 o'clock. I'm gonna sit here I'm gonna sit here and I'm asking any questions. Y'all got time. Y'all knew I was gonna chat it up. Whew. And then the computer, remember I told you all the service, because they just had the service back put up, a new service put in. It looks like it's doing better now. I guess maybe even they missed me too. Oh, and it's nice to be missed. All right, y'all. Any other update news that we need to talk about? Anything before we get a chime out at 8 o'clock, you all? Anything else? Come on, give me some content. Give me some, y'all. Hey, lady, how are you? I'm doing fine, Pandy. Get yourself on over on the video. I'm on live now. Don't be trying to get to me afterwards. Don't be trying to sneak in there in your text. Come on live. Come on, ask some questions. Yeah, I'm waiting. You can ask questions for your families too online. Yeah, boy, people something else. But I love y'all still. I still love y'all. Sound delicious. Yeah, I'll be playing on it. I don't got time to be sitting up there talking about something. I'm not, okay, what y'all say. Until it happened where I have to have fruits where I can only eat from trees, and y'all done heard it from me first. I'm eating me some food. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? As I said it in the country way on purpose. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? I didn't say me. I said me. Did you hear me? And I ain't say hear. I say, did you hear me? I'm going to eat me some food. And I'm going to eat me some good tasting food. Yeah, I can go ahead and sit there and be running back and forth to the restaurant all y'all want to. Talking about some meat. Just trust me. Everybody on there, they not just eating fruits all day long either. They lying. They lying. You heard it from me first. I'm finna say that. I told y'all to get to the end, so I got to go ahead and tell the truth. Go ahead. They're lying. They ain't just sitting back eating berries and fruits. Lying. If there were, the attitudes would be so stank. I said it. Like share. Y'all, we have to stop. We have to stop everything that become a fad. What's so much? Think about it, y'all. What? I said it before. I'm gonna say it again, y'all. What kind of time? And now my grandmama come at me now, y'all. I said, what kind of time are we living in where people are making billions of dollars off of telling you to eat fruits and vegetables? Come on, y'all. Don't that kind of hurt you? I don't know about y'all, but that kind of messes with my intelligence. The little intelligence I got, it kind of messes with me. It kind of messes with me that somebody got to tell me the benefits. It messes with me that somebody have to tell me that fruits and vegetables is more better for me than toxic meat. It messes with me. Yeah, now I feel like my auntie Bernice. It messes with me that we have to be having debates and discussions about whether or not something is real food or not. That's been here before any of us was born. That's tuning in now and later. That messes with me, y'all. That is people that came before us that lived longer than what me and you have lived, and they had access to all the same stuff. Yeah, the issue is that yes, they are getting more evil, and yes, they have added more chemicals. So yes, that has been the bullet in the barrel, as I can call it. It has been. I guess I know I got to get to the point where I'm sharing more of these recipes because I got people coming at me now. I am that one that sometimes you got to time it down. Say, I don't want to hear Dr. Chef. I want that book. Give me that book. Give me that book, Dr. Chef. I want to hear it. Yep. And I have to be like, okay. I got you. But I'm telling you now, you all, we have to get out of this phase where we can't allow the enemy to think that he done dumbed us down like this. We can't. I don't know about y'all, but it was even a insult to me that they try to throw up that somebody is a woman and they debating whether or not they black or not. That was an insult to me. That's how much of an insult it is to me. The same as someone telling me that eating fruits and vegetables is not real food. That's how much I put them right all in the same box. That's in the same box of trying to mess with my mind. You try to mess with my mind. And we the first one how now see y'all trying to play mind games. You're trying to play mind games. What's mind game? I'm telling you right now. And they playing while we sit back playing checkers, they playing chess. If you don't know how to play the game of chess, still look into it. Look into it. That's what they're doing, y'all. So if all it takes for you to win the game while they playing with your life is to get your hands down into a little dirt and pull a little hole up in there, get a little, get you a little bed raised. You can get tubs now and make your own little garden. I know it's wintertime for a lot of us coming up, but it's fruits and vegetation that can grow through the wintertime. So it's no excuse. Google it. We don't have enough time to go through all of it, but I will do a segment on the fruits and vegetation that's best grown in the wintertime. We will do that too. But because right now time is of the essence. However, you can still look that up. Put it in the chat. It's still good for that much. That's good to grow that lasts us through the wintertime. And get your little plant box plant. I'm going to have to transfer some of my plants here, and I'm gonna share some on with you all. Yes, I will be doing that too, showing you how I put my love into my food. Yeah. Y'all gonna be calling me Chef Boyardee. And I am the one that originally made up bam. Yeah, bam. Put it in a bam. Give me that good girl. Give me that oregano. Bam. Give me that spice. Bam. Give me that carrot. Bam. Give me that thyme. I'm the one that originally made that up. I ain't seen that Italian man beforehand. And I'm like, this man done stole my sand. Bam. I'm like, he put life in there, and then I pray over it. You still pray over your food, you all. That does not mean dismiss prayers. Power in life and death lies in the tongue. It does. So you still want to pray over your food. That is you. Well, I'm going to say it again. You don't have to be holier than thou to pray over your food. You're speaking life over your food because it's been passed through the hands of other people. You do when you go to the restaurant, don't you? And if you don't, you sure thinking in mind, oh, please bless these people not to be no spit over my food, bless them not to be no drop nothing and put it back in the plate. I don't know about y'all. More y'all could probably get married if you weren't trying to go to those toxic and expensive restaurants. I said it. Yeah, more of y'all could probably get married. They're single if you weren't trying to go to them toxic restaurants, them killer restaurants. You know, the first thing that some of them use that don't have a lot of money is, they too expensive. They want too much. They eat too much. I can't afford them. So there's a benefit. There you go. Motivation. You're doing it for yourself because it's you that have to deal with yourself when you get sick. But for the next person, I'm not going to lie. I was on the opposite end. I've been there. Then you get in the kitchen cooking 10, 12 hours like I'm cooking for 100 people. And yes, I've done that. But because I was with a food addict where nothing was good enough. And no, don't get me wrong, the meal was good, but because I'm a perfectionist in my own right, and I love my passion and my love, you all have heard it be announced, my passion and my love has gone into my food. I stay there with foot hurting, back hurting, lower back and everything, trying to get that food just the way I want it. Yeah, I will. But it's true. They gotten us off of conveniency, you all. That is what the documentaries was about with the names of these companies that have sold out these already so-called natural product companies that have sold out. That's what the number one thing that they was talking about when they was talking about Kellogg and Coca-Cola and Pepsi and all of them, the 10 families that's running, that's got the American food chain that's turned it into artificial food. They was talking about they got the people off of conveniency because after World War One, so many of the men so many of the men were wounded and came back handicapped, and some of them didn't come back at all, to the point to where now that forced a lot of the women, you all, after World War One and World War Two, it forced them to have to go to working, and so they had to think of more convenient meals to have to prepare, and so they monopolized off of that. The government monopolized off of that, you all. The first microwave was created by the government. It was created for the military. And they wasn't thinking about radiation and how much it was affecting us. They was thinking about how convenient it would be. And they were big like ovens, like little short, like big ovens. It wasn't small and compacted now. And so it was introduced to, is it Nestle? It was introduced to the owner maker, one of them, one of those major companies. I want to say Nestle, but I could be wrong. It was introduced to, y'all remember the ones that not Marie Stouffer's. I believe it was Stouffer's. Remember the TV dinners, you all those TV dinners, all of them are families, and they bought out each other. And it was about conveniency, finding things, foods that could conveniently fit in the microwave in order to increase the sales of the microwave. And at the same time, make it taste good. So they had engineers trying to play with the artificial taste buds of you all. They literally had people that were psychologists that were trying to get into the psyche and the minds of people. This is before they started doing the MRIs, you all, to see that it was igniting, it was giving you that dopamine, it was getting your adrenaline going. But they had those that were already studying that. They were not nutritionists at all. They weren't all farmers at all. The engineers, scientists that were behind the calculation of what we could do to manipulate the taste bud to make it taste good while it was artificial, and how to figure out how to preserve things so people wouldn't be dying off, because they were killing up people back then in the 1900s. You all didn't know about it. We didn't know about it because we wasn't alive then. Unless I got somebody who's here that's 90 or 100 just tuning in. I doubt it right now, but think about it. Go back into some of the old papers. So those of you all who are readers, go back. Just do a little homework. You'll see. And so now these people have figured out our taste bud, what gets us going down to the science of color. There's a book about the science behind the colors, the different colors. That's the reason why you see all of them have these red and orange and all these different colors. Because it's alluring, it's attractive to the eyes for the most part, for most of our people. Yeah. And so they use that too to actually to entice children as well too. Mommy, look at that red toy. I want that toy. Think about it. When even some women, when you put on makeup, look at it. Even though you have plenty of men that will complain, that woman got all that makeup on, but the big first ones they get attracted to is the ones with the big red lipstick on, all the makeup, and then the spiritual people, oh, that's that Jezebel, yeah, whatever. But you're attracted. You noticed her because of the coloring. It stands out. Well, that's what they did with your commercialized artificial frankenfood. So you all have to keep these things in mind, that it was a set. Hey, Sister Jamaica's good to see you. I'm glad you made it in. That was the setup to the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, the pride of their life was lying in you all liking, and us all, rather, not just you all, but us all being enticed by what we see first, not what was good for our health and not what was good for our taste, but what we, but by the lust of our eyes, say, ooh, if it's pretty red, pretty yellow, pretty orange, this can't be bad. Think about it. Even a child, if you present all the toys that have the beautiful colors of the crayons, if you present a toy that we don't see the toy is dangerous until they had to get to the point where enough kids got killed or was injured by toys, and then they put on there dangerous, and now you know this is why they put an age group on the toys. Any of you all that got children, you know that they got an age from 3 to 4. Why 3 to 4? Not necessarily because the child can comprehend, because you got some children that's smarter than others that can comprehend how to play or do certain things. So the age was based off of whether or not they knew better than not to put the toy in the mouth, and a lot of them had lead in it, toxins in it, or if they swallowed it and wind up choking on it. The same thing, those same people, the same families are the same ones that created your artificial foods, your snuggum snacks that you like, your Fruit Loops, your cornflakes. Yes, the same people, your Pop-Tarts, all of them, your bubble gum came from a sap tree initially until time went by and they decided that they wanted to make sure that our people chewed more because they know it calmed the nerves for somebody to doing this. I don't know about y'all, but in my teenager, I was smacking up some gum, boy, to the point where they would tell us by the time we got in church, who that? I spit that gum out. The earth should come down there. We're looking at her like, you want me to spit or you want me to spit this gum out? Yeah, well, we knew better because that meant you get slapped up real good. So you couldn't disrespect your, but not in my generation. You couldn't disrespect the earth. And when you seen that white glove hand come out there like that, spit it out. You knew what it meant. That was the first sign language that most of us learned that grew up in church, was the usher hand coming out to my spit that gum out. Yeah. Bottom line was that was keeping our nerves down and chewing. And so they learned the science behind, we can give them something to chew. If we can get them something to chew, and then we add a little sugar in it. And some of it was discovered by accident, you all. I mean, the documentaries is breaking down all of this. They telling Satan is telling off on Satan, do you hear me? And they've made billions of dollars off of it. They've even double-crossed themselves in this fake food industry. Y'all, so we are part of madness. We are a part of the Frankenfood syndrome generation. And so we have to, it is our duty to get back to Mother Nature and to create our own food again, our own meals again. I even saw somebody had posted on Facebook again, and I couldn't believe that I saw it. But then when I thought about the character of the person, I was thinking, yeah, they would say something like that. And they put on there, oh boy, here it is, Trump in office now. And so now, now we're going to look up and they're going to have on there, on the restaurants, whites only. And I'm thinking to myself, y'all praying for me. I'm trying to behave. I'm thinking I think to myself, you can't tempt me with that. I'm thinking, now it's not cause I'm a chef. You just never could tempt me like that. Just cause somebody said you can put up a white only sign if you want to. Look, it's gonna be me. I'm gonna be smooth like Martin and Martin off. You might as well just put on a GQ hat on me with a suit. and I'll be strutting past that restaurant. It's a new time and a new season. I'll probably put on the jacket, put on the Dr.Chef. I'll be happy. I might stand in front of the window on purpose. Did you see me? Did you see me? Ain't nothing nobody got that tastes no better than what my people cook. Anyway, so I'm gonna show you how brainwashed we done been. What do you care about eating at somebody else's restaurant? Get in there. If it happens, all that means is time for you to get back in the kitchen. Get in your own kitchen and cook your own food like we did originally before these devils came out here and started jacking up all the food. I said exactly the way I meant it. Get back in your own kitchen. Grow your own food. Barter with somebody. And you ain't got to worry about nobody trying to tease you with their nasty food anyway. I said it. I know that's not professional, y'all. But enough is enough. Come on. Now I'm going to say my saying. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody. You can't pull that same mess on us. That's because our people thought that everything they had was so much better. Well, we got better now. We know better now. I'm of the next generation. We know better now. And some of our people knew better then. So you got to have those of us who know better now, like those who knew better then, so we can do better now. That makes sense? Yeah, look, they ain't going to stand for that because they want to make your money. Money ain't got no color to it except for green. Just as green as them greens that y'all want to throw in the pot for Thanksgiving. They done discovered that. And if it ain't the green cash, then it's going to be a card. That's going to be the link to everywhere, all your business. They ain't turning down no business because the color of your skin no more. And if they are, then they just done you a favor. I wouldn't want to eat at nobody's table that didn't want me at their table anyway. That's the attitude we should have. And yeah, that's when your sisterhood should come out there. Yeah, that's when you should be rolling your neck. Snap. You should be popping that neck good. Don't get no cramp in the neck though. But yeah, that's some time when you should have some dignity about ourselves, y'all. Come on now. Hey, y'all be making me feel like I'm 92. I'm going on for 182. Yeah. Come on, y'all. Yeah, you saw that on Facebook too, sister. Yeah. Hands are full, but listening. I should have the blood type by next week. Yes. Thank you, Sister Jamaican, for sharing that. You should have blood type. Yeah, y'all. There's nothing wrong with getting your blood type. If it didn't matter, then why would they then why when you go to a blood drive would they be wanting you to know your blood type? It ain't just because they're trying to see whether or not your blood clean. They already got the machinery and the equipment to clean your blood. They already got it. So if it didn't matter, then what you need to know my type for? That's my type. That's my type. That's my type. That's my type. Y'all, we singing the wrong songs. We sing the wrong songs. Y'all think about it. It's all in the music. It's all out here. They standing right in front of our face. They using our own children, our young people in hip hop and all this other to throw this stuff in your face. And you don't even realize it. Some don't realize. I'm not going to say all, but a lot of them don't realize it. It's for us to realize that those of us who can see, those of us that can read between the lines, and they put a nice little beat to it. They want your blood type. Your blood type does matter. So that's what she's sharing with me, because I do set up restaurants. Just so you all know, I do. It's a small fee because it is very articulate. It's very tedious for me. I do not go online and just pull out something. It's based off of your health condition, your type of food that your body is able to take in. and according to your blood type as well. And no, I do not promote eating toxic anything, whether it be fruits, vegetable, or meat. But I can show you and most definitely share with you how to prepare your food. So that's what she is sharing with me, Sister Jamaica, and others that are tuned in. I cater your own personal foods, that your food list according to your blood type. Just so you all, just in case you all missed it, it's only $50. But it takes me hours on top of hours to do this because there is a consultation that is involved in that, so that I know what is your health concerns, your lifestyle, what you are around. I'm very tedious with it. And then you take the list and do with it what you will. And so, no, you cannot per se, maybe 90%, maybe another A blood type can share with your children if they A blood type, but not necessarily. It's depending on how toxic and what type of meals that they're eating on a regular basis, if whether or not they have some chronic illnesses and diseases that could affect them. So you have to look out for those things. And no, I don't know of any other naturopaths that's doing that. If it is, do share the information. I don't know of any of them that's doing that. This is something that God gave me through learning about the differences in learning how it works. I have clients on it now that will be reporting soon. Some that have lupus, some that have cancers, and those that's been sick. So far, so good. The results are coming back great as long as they follow their list. It's coming back great. Um, so that's where I'm at now with that. And I've just offered that as of last month. Last month it came to me. I was praying and I was thinking, I said, Father, what can I do outside of telling our people to eat fruits and vegetables? What can we do to customize this for them, their particular needs? Because the questions are always going to be asked, what can I eat? For those who have any health concerns, or maybe just want to lose weight, or you just want to eat healthy. You don't have to have a condition, you know. And so that's what he gave me. That's what I believe God gave to me to share with you all. Is that's I'm willing to, for those who can find out, and there are tests that you can do. Order online. I don't have the specific name of the company yet, and of course you do have to be careful. But if you do go, and let's say you go to present to give a little blood, for those of you all that do that. I don't believe in doing that anymore. I did years ago, probably in my early 20s, because I have a thought in my mind, and I'm not a theorist or anything like that. But for those that are universal blood types that can give to anyone, I have it in mind that if we do go off into another war, and I'm alive to see it, and then I probably would be part of the lineup of people that would have to constantly give, and they'll be constantly trying to give to us, trying to get us to give and give and give until we die. And that's just how greedy they are. And because there'll be so many that don't have pure blood, so many that are toxic because our environment, or because they don't eat to live, they eat to die. And so I have to be very careful myself with this. But it is, I believe, one of the reasons why it's so near and dear to my heart. And I have others that are in the field, other naturopaths and herbalists, and those that's into detoxification and all other forms of healing the body, that they don't want to touch on it. They don't want to touch on it, even though your blood health determines what your body is passing, how your organs are passing oxygen and fluids and the amino acids and the alkaline foods and everything, that the minerals, it is what travels. It is what nourishes the body. Get shot, get cut, get in an accident and lose your blood and see what happens. Because you can live without a leg. But if the leg is chopped off and it's not covered and you lose too much blood, what happens? Or if whoever is set to do your surgery don't make sure that they're using clean utensils, and they don't make sure that the infection doesn't take over the body, then the infection set into the bloodstream and it kills you. So if the blood didn't matter, the cleansing and the detoxification of blood didn't matter, then I guess we wouldn't have to worry about if you got toxic, didn't you? Or you wouldn't have to worry about if you got lost. And you wouldn't have to worry about them asking you or finding out what your blood type is so that they can try to find the match for your blood type. So it only makes sense that you know your blood type is all I'm saying. I shared before, it used to be a time when you couldn't even get married unless your blood type matched. And now they stopped that because, see, they were in the mating era then. They, especially during slavery time and when they wanted you to produce so that they could have more workers. But now we got immigrants coming over. We got we got people from all over the world coming to America now. And so they don't need to put emphasis on it now because they're pretty much done with the black race here as far as trying to enslave us. We done got educated now. We know our rights now. We done mixed breeded in with them so much now to where they're not as worried about us no more because they can't use us like they used to use us. That is what I see. I don't have to read about that in a book. Yeah. And so we have to think about that. Why was it not too long ago in the 70s where you had to have, up until what, the 70s? Same, you had to have, and I remember being asked when I married at 22, what's your blood type? But they didn't say anything about it. You want to know why? Because I was universal. I had to be careful with who I made it with, if whether or not their blood type mixed with mine. And what I discovered during that 13-year reign is that we didn't. We didn't, for the most part, like the same foods or anything. It mattered. Now, some people probably can work through that, but I could not notice that. And I was not in the naturopathic realm of only focusing on healthy food when I noticed that. I did not know what I know now. So it's just something to think about. It's nothing to stress about, but something to think about. And so if you are, for those who ought to have mates, and you have made it with someone, and you have different blood types, and you notice a lot of differences between you, then that means that you should most definitely be working on making sure at least that your blood is cleansed and that you're eating as healthy as possible. What's stressful about getting an apple and an orange or a banana if you can find something that's real? What's wrong with that? Nothing. What's wrong with getting a nice salad and making your own dressing? Nothing. We live in an overly exaggerated world, you all, where the simple things are made out to be something that is foreign, something that's strange, something that's supposed to be used as drama. They do this on purpose. It's called reverse psychology. Where in the things that's toxic and the things that's bad for us, it's made to look like it's simple and easy. And everybody is doing it, so I guess I should too. Knowing good and well is killing people left and right. I wouldn't want to be laid up in the oncology, in the cancer center just because 10 of my friends are. Just so we all can get along. That means that there's a psychological problem there. There's a mental problem there. I wouldn't want to be beat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And my heart go out for those who have been. Because everybody else, because Miss Jones and Miss Susie and Miss Smith is getting beat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So so it's all right. And our people live through times like that. This is a different day and age now. No. No. Money ain't worth that. Having kids to raise up and be highly disrespectful to you is not worth that. It's not. It's not worth you stressing over and getting an aneurysm. I just shared it with a client before, maybe about a couple of days ago, because they were experiencing. Shout out to all of y'all. I've said it before, but I haven't said it recently. I'm saying it again. We're approaching the end of the year, and shout out and much acknowledgement and honor to those y'all that are taking care of your families, even in the midst of criticism, even in the midst of, girl, you're going too far with that. Or it don't take all that, and in the midst of trying to get healthy and you're taking care of loved ones. Sister Thompson, I don't know if she's made it on yet. It's different ones to tune in. Brother D, all y'all that's taking care of your grandparents and mothers and different ones in the family. Sister Jamaica and different ones that's taking care of special needs children and young adults. That is a task. I know. I did it. I'm still doing it. It takes a very strong, it takes a very loving, it takes a person that has much endurance in them to do that extra when everybody else is able to be free to do whatever they want to do. That's not an easy task. And it does not mean that you love any less. It does not mean that you are super unsupernatural. It's just we live in a different time now where they don't believe in honoring and taking care of the sick and the poor. We live in a time now where people would rather exploit the sick and the poor, make money off of the sick and the poor, make enough money to give to 100 people, but they'll only give to 5. And then come before you all and make it look like they did for the world. That's what time we live in, for the most part. And so I'm saying this to say that I need you. You need me. We need one another. We need one another that are thinking healthy-minded, that are thinking God-minded, that are thinking and living the best that we can to be able to be an inspiration one to another. And so this is a time where we cannot give up. And I've said that to say what triggered my thought about it was because one of my clients, they just want to throw their hands up. Not my client. Well, they called in for a family member. I can say this much because we already discussed me sharing some of the testimony, but I choose not to say names because it's still personal. And the work is not completely done yet. And so we had to do some real tough strategizing for this year to get through the minds of this feisty 87-year-old woman, very feisty, background West Indies and Barbados. So she got a lot of in her, a lot of it. And every Monday was something with her. But the important thing was that this time last year, the doctors was ready to give up on her for the cancer that was in her system, for the heart failure that she had, for the liver infections and disease that she had, for the multiple diseases, chronic disease that most people would pass from. We've been able to, by the grace of God, been able to get her to one where now she's driving at 88 years young. Can't sit her down. Maybe when we do the Zoom call, Sister Dorothy, Sister Joy, Chanel, Sister Jamaica, we get her on. I'm gonna get you all. We're going to try to see if we can set up something before the year is out. Remind me of that and get her on the Zoom call. So you all can hear this feisty woman. But she's a God-fearing woman. And she knew that she was trying her loved one to love her to life because she raised this loved one. And she brought out some things in me that I didn't know that was in me. And that was to get me to get into the minds of this woman that's almost 90 years old, to get her to stop making a lot of excuses of why she's constantly falling off. And we could tell because every month she was getting tested. So we can see numbers of her family so dedicated to her. Her loved one is so dedicated that they make sure they just take the tests just so they can get the results. And they know when they're off because they're preparing all the meals and juicing and everything that she has. And so even though she's made over 75, over half of the progress in healing her body, the family member, rightfully so, wants to make sure that she don't digress and fall off for past a week because of the fear that she'll be lost. Thank you so much for putting that in, Sister Jamaica. And so I understood their frustration. They just wanted to give up. And like, I'm tired. She disrespectful. She say what she want to say, and then she called me a dog, and she when I tell you she was thinking of doing it. And she just a lion. She just a lion. She went out there and she done ate something she ain't got no business eating. And I told him, this is the raw. I don't like trying to paint these pretty pictures that everybody's just eating fruits and berries. And, oh, I've been delivered. Oh, Lord, my cancer gone. Yeah, that took 20 days. I'm not saying that it don't never happen, you all. But not as much as people were putting on now. They know it brings ratings. They know that people want to give money. And some people just like getting attention. And yeah, it could be something worse that they're doing. But a lie is a lie. And that messes with the minds of those who's really struggling, who really want to overcome. And so I don't believe in that. It's not good enough for us to sit back and to make it seem like, I'm talking about us, those of us who practice, trying to help you all how to learn how to eat to live and not just to die. It's not good at making it look like it's just a piece of cake and here it is, you're fighting back from chronic diseases. It's not. Now, what I don't make excuses for is for those that's not fighting with any chronic diseases and you're just fighting against your taste bud. And I'm not saying that's easy either. But what I am saying is that when you have a lot of sense up there, you know there's a scripture that says, to whom much is given, much is required. So when you say, I know, and I heard, then that means we expect for you to do. Did I say that right? That was so highly professional, wasn't it, y'all? Come on. That's the time that we live in. And so that's why I say I hold myself at a standard. And I know I'm not satisfied with saying that, oh, if I come here before y'all and I'm 200 pounds and here it is, I'm only 3. And that's not to mock anybody that is. I'm just saying for myself, because I'm on the end of teaching and sharing and doing this as part of healing ministry and all this. How do I look and I'm coming in and getting at you? And here it is, I'm walking around like I'm a big ding dong too. And I'm walking around like I'm Miss Piggy first cousin too. And I'm trying to tell you, but what you gotta do is you better eat your fruits and veggies. Hold on one second. Pass me 10 hot dogs right now. And I'll take 5 for later and I'm gonna eat 5 right now. Now, of course, they're literally not doing that in front of your face, but that's what's happening behind us. So no, just like we tell with the doctor. So your doctor coming in talking about he just came in from having a heart attack. If every time you went to your so-called medical doctor, for those who still going, if every time you looked up and you went to your doctor and he's saying that, I just came back because I got cancer. And he treat you for cancer. Every time you look up, I just had a heart attack. Would you have much trust in that doctor? I don't care, even if he ain't teaching herbs and medicine, herbs and eating fruits and vegetables. No. How you look being a teacher? Yeah, I have to say this. This is on my heart. I wasn't even playing on Warner, y'all. Then you go in there, the math teacher, and the math teacher writing out the problems. And I had experienced this one time before. Yes, I did. I'm not even going to call out the teacher name because I think they were just having a stressful moment. And they can't figure out the problem themselves. And the child gets stuck and they say, it's 8 times 2, 16, or is it 21? They got the problem all laid out for you. but they ain't got no solutions. And then better yet, they're not even applying a solution to themselves, to their own problem. That's hypocrisy, you all. We can't settle for that. We don't want to settle that for our presidents. Look how mad we get. Look how I say, yeah, they said they were gonna give us a stimulus check, and here it is. We only got $24.99 in the mail. Let Trump come out again and say, you know what? For everybody that's black, you're gonna get $2,000.94. And then you look up in your check, it ain't nothing but 94 cents. Y'all, y'all ready to burn them at the stake then? You can't trust these parties. Y'all going off. I'm just saying that it's important that we practice what we teach. And so this is what keeps me inspired to keep doing, because I'm be honest. Look, I'm at the stutter for this. Like, I would be embarrassed. It's not a pride thing. I would be embarrassed to come before y'all, telling y'all what to eat and what to do. And here it is. Every time I see a hamburger commercial, I'm lusting after the hamburger, the killer burger, the heart attack burger. I would be ashamed. I really would. But that's the time that we live in. And what's happening is that even though you all don't see it, you feel it. So what I'm saying is that you got to do it for yourself. Because we are living in a time. I heard a pastor say on one of the shows, he said the difference, he said, what's the difference between the old church and the new church? He said the old church actually looked to God more so in a lot of cases. He said the new church is looking to the man. That's the problem. And he said you ought not to do that, because you're not supposed to give God anybody else's glory. It's okay to say thank you. It's okay. That's why I tell you, it's okay to say thank you, Dr. Chef, for the help. Thank you, Dr. Hill. I appreciate that. Or here, let me purchase this right here because this is what I think it'd be good for me and my family. That's it. But I'm nobody's God. I'm not your God. I'm not your Lord either. I'm just another messenger, another teacher of that's been shared with me. And as I learn, I do my best to share what I learn. I'm one that like to see people overcome without making as many excuses. And I'm like that across the board. But my diggity dog, can I use that old term? I ain't use that term. God knows. My hot diggity dog. My diggity dog. That's a country girl coming out. Well, my diggity dog, if I sit here and have y'all putting y'all back up against the wall, calling it to tell me, you know what? Give up on her. She playing with you. And here it is, I'm not doing half of it myself. Or I only want to do it on special occasions because I want to look good on special occasions. That's the occasional healthy people. No, you need to be doing good all the time, because what it breeds is bipolarism. It breeds all different type of issues. Trust me, I've lived with it. I know it. I know it. Not just from my clients. I know it from family members first. And some of them, you got to learn how just not to say nothing. You hear them. Well, don't start sending me all that healthy stuff now, because that's too much. I only had one that was brave enough to do that because they know my arms couldn't reach across the state to get to them. But then the moment I look up, they sharing stupid, silly stuff on Facebook. But it's okay to talk about some nonsense. So nonsense ain't going to do nothing to help nobody else. But don't, they go on all that healthy stuff. And ain't a main one sick. I said, that's my love language. Now you bite the hand that's feeding you life. Then that means you in for it. You're not going to have good, healthy, long life. And if you do, then your life is probably going to, even if God have mercy, what I've noticed is that you don't have to be well to live. but I wouldn't want to be sick living for a long time either. Not when it's no, not when I can be healed. Think about it, y'all. Not when I can be healed. Most of us can be healed. And some of us, I've learned, have been afflicted because it's a reminder of how to keep us humble. I won't say that it's a curse always. No, it's a reminder. So you can know that there is a higher source. There is a better way than your way. All right, y'all. Did I go past my time? Ah, y'all, I went in. Yeah, y'all let me go in. I'm going to get y'all. I miss y'all too. Y'all want to hear me talk. Remember, you all can call in at 618-388-8100, or you can via text. I see that first. You also can leave a message on there if you need any consultations. The health consultations is only $50, you all. It gets pretty detailed. Sister Chanel, Sister Jamaican, you all know, yes, it's 30 minutes to an hour, but depending on the situation, as long as I don't have any back-to-backs, a lot of times if you need more time, you get more time. I don't know too many that's doing that, not with the experience that I have. I love you all very dearly. I miss you all. And I just pray that you all remember to be healthy more in 2024. Also, for those who want the Gmail, it's Dr.Chef 24/7 at gmail.com, and Dr. Chef Health and Wellness, NAND, and wellness at gmail.com as well. You want to buy any products that helps me to be able to give and be able to give more time for consultation for those who cannot afford it. It helps me to get products. Remember, the spray is $40, you all. 40 Actually, 40, did I say 40? $40 to get your spray in. Everyone has gotten theirs in so far, so good. This is the immune booster that you need, especially anybody's planning on backsliding into the Thanksgiving. You most definitely want this, and you most definitely want to add sea moss and the moringa to your meals. Delicious. I promise you, you won't regret it. You'll feel so much better. All right. Peace and love and good health, you all. Gotta get out of here. Mm-hmm.